is, hey, let's hold our contain. Let's keep him in between the tackles and the tight end box. If we're able to do that, we can have some success. But if we're not and we're allowing him to get out, you're giving him a two-way go to either run it, to either throw it, or, obviously he was able to just dink the ball down the field as well.
And because he has some moves, too. You can't come in at 100 miles an hour because it's a little shimmy shake, and then the next thing you know, you've gone right, he's gone left, and he's down the field again. Pretty quiet day for Aaron Donald. 4 tackles, no sacks, no tackles for loss, and it was one of those days where a couple of times it felt like he was getting close to getting his hands on Murray, and then whoop, there he goes. Just especially by Aaron Donald standards, pretty quiet day.
Yeah, it was pretty quiet and also they put a lot of attention on him. We know that he will get a ton of attention each and every week, and that was, I think, the big part for Aaron Donald today is that they had the double, triple teams going, and, usually in those obvious passing situations in the second half, he will get sacks. Today, just didn't happen for him.
No, and look, like we've talked about, this is a long season. No one is going to go 17-0, but it's a matter of narratives, right? It's a matter of stories. It's how are you playing week to week, and how are you playing against certain opponents, division opponents, or high-end conference opponents like Tampa. And you just got the two poles of this thing. Tampa, defending Super Bowl champion, and the Rams look like they were clearly the better team. Then here comes Arizona today, and it looks clearly like Arizona was the better team today.
Correct.
I guess this is why they play more than 4 games.
They do.
to try to sort all these things out.
Well, think about today with the winless teams that won a game today, right? You think about the New York Jets, they won a game. The New York Giants, they won today. And so, look, that to me is pretty cool. In Indianapolis Colts. So the 5 teams that walked in today that didn't have a win, I didn't picture them winning today, and yet they went out there and they did it, man. This is, you love the NFL because it's never going to be the way that you can script it. This is unscripted reality TV, because if you asked us before the game, we are like, oh, man, Rams got this. And then all of a sudden you realize, like, whoa, this isn't going to be easy. It's going to be tough.
No, we've said a million times. The difference between the teams at the bottom and the teams in the top is not nearly as big. And if you have 2 teams at the top, it's who has the better day on any given day. And today was not their day. All right, so let's talk about Seattle. Seattle has kind of turned the corner. They got off to a weird start where they didn't look like they were playing their best football. And now all of a sudden they go into San Francisco today. They take care of their business. It looks like Seattle has kind of found their groove in Week 4.
Yeah, well, they're still finding it. Remember, they couldn't score a lot of points in the first half. They ended up scoring a bunch of points in the second half today, which was for a lot of people.
21 in the second half.
So they were like, so today Seattle had the complete opposite. How about let's not score a lot in the first half, but let's score a lot in the second half. I thought that was pretty funny looking around at Twitter. But, obviously, Russell Wilson's going to find out how to do it. He's a guy that you can't keep him down long. And it's like he has the greatest game. I respect that 49ers defense. That 49ers defense is still one of the better ones in the NFL under DeMeco Ryans, their D coordinator. But Russell Wilson only threw the ball 23 times. Now, he completed 16 of them, but he completed the football, threw 2 touchdowns, but, again, no interceptions. That's what it comes down to. You're not going to have the greatest games, but if you're not able to if you're able to not turn the football over, you've got a chance. Compared to what the Rams did today, turn the football over twice. That was 14 crucial points that the Arizona Cardinals scored, and the Rams they couldn't catch up from that.
No,
they couldn't catch up from those turnovers.
No, when you are going to get into the you score, I score, you score, I score, if you're giving away possessions. And look, this is the first time the Rams have been on the wrong side of the turnover differential in a meaningful way so far this season. An interception early where there was a cup underneath, was wide open, then Sony Michel puts it on the ground. One play into one of their drives in the second quarter, just boop, the ball comes out. It's really hard when you lose the turnover battle 2-0.
Yeah, you put it on the carpet. You're giving the offense, their offense, another opportunity to go out and score. And they did that. They turned that into 2 touchdowns. Think about it. Just with that final score for the Rams today, you take away 2 touchdowns, right? The 2 touchdowns right now, they're at 37. So you put them at 23.
It's a tight game.
It's 23 to 23-20.
Yeah,
and remember, Matt Gay missed the field goal, too. So I'm just adding points for you just because, but – that was 14 points that was good, and that was the difference in the game. That 14 points and that decision right before halftime by Sean McVay, that's where you point to how did the Rams lose this game. Those are the big ones that really stood out to me.
All right, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the ESPN LA Rams radio network.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams, the home of Rams football.
Hi, this is Coach Sean McVay, KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
All right. 37-20 is the final score. The Rams dropped their first game of the season. We're going to hear from the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, when we come back on the Coors Light Postgame Show on the ESPN LA Rams radio network.
710 710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
Money all the time. What I'm thinking.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN. Don't miss the Coors Light Postgame Show live.
Join us Sunday night at HBC for a Rams postgame party.
Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
We'll see you Sunday night at the Rays Lounge inside Hollywood Park Casino.
Hey, it's Travis and Sliwa. Monday morning, we're all over the Rams game right here on 710 ESPN.
Yeah, we will be, but that's not important. What is important, the best segment in LA radio, it's Ask Slee. You got one for us, Rampage?
What do you got there? Whose house?
Whose house? Rams' house.
Travis and Sliwa, weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the home of Rams football and LA Sports Talk all day long. 710 ESPN.
Join Team Rams United Way and thousands of Angelinos on Saturday, November 6th at SoFi Stadium for Walk United LA, a 5K family walk and run to end poverty in LA County. Go to therams.com/walkunited to register today.
LA's mega sports station has even more live and local. Hit it!
LA Sports Talk.
Start your day with LA's #1 sports morning show, Keyshawn in the Morning, now with Max Kellerman.
Hit it! Yes, I opened the door for Max to join this show on 710 ESPN.
Keyshawn, J-Will, and Max goes until 10 a.m.
You're satisfied.
Travis and Sliwa are talking Lakers, Dodgers, and Rams from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Travis and Sliwa gets an extra hour.
Now with more live and local LA sports talk every single day.
Then it's Mason and Ireland 1 to 4 p.m. And Sedano and Cap have your afternoon drive until 7.
It's George Sedano. It's Scott Kaplan. Hit it!
The new fall lineup with even more LA sports talk.
Even more LA Sports Talk.
710 ESPN.
Again, bounces in the pocket, lets it go to the goal line. Robert Woods makes the catch at the front right pylon and throws the football away in disgust. Greeted by Van Jefferson and Johnny Muntz, you can understand that that'll go down as one of Robert Woods' least favorite touchdowns of his career. It'll pad his stats, but it won't change the taste as he and the Rams drive away from SoFi Stadium on this Sunday afternoon. 37-19.
This is the Coors Light Postgame Show, live at Hollywood Park Casino.
Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams.
The Rams play here.
Leave it all on the field. 1, 2, 3. Put it all here.
We get you closer to all that went down right now on the Coors Light Postgame Show.
Coors Light.
Keeping Southern California chill all season long.
The Coors Light Postgame Show.
Here's Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison.
Well, I guess it was inevitable, Kirk, that eventually Matthew Stafford was going to have a game that did not look like a high-level MVP performance week in and week out.
It was a clunker.
Today was the day that you got the clunker. 26 out of 41, 280 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and one interception along the way. He spoke with the media after the loss today.
First time we've seen you struggle as a Ram. What was kind of going on out there today, not working?
Yeah, I think I just didn't make enough plays. There were some opportunities early in that game for us to score points and, for me to make some throws, and I didn't make those. make them for our guys and for our team. So, I just got to go back and be better. I'm going to have another opportunity. The good thing is play again on Thursday. So I won't have to sit and think about this one too long. It'll be a big challenge in front of us going to Seattle here in a couple days. So, a lot to learn, a lot to unpack, like you said. But I think kind of boils down to early in that game, just, missing some opportunities, whether it be on third down or in the red zone to score some points against a team that, frankly, was going to be, scoring some points on offense. It's a really talented group they have over there, and we knew it was going to have to be one of those games where we were kind of, blow for blow maybe at a certain point, and we put our defense in a bad spot early there, not coming away with some points.
What caused you to miss some of those throws that you otherwise would make? Is it something that was off for you today? Is it something their defense was doing?
No, it wasn't their defense. It's just on me. I got to make those throws. It's pretty plain and simple, to be honest with you.
What happened on the interception targeted toward Deshaun?
Yeah, Murphy did a nice job of playing it kind of top down. There's a throw out there that gets completed. The one I picked to try and throw, wasn't the right one. Maybe a little bit more air and further towards the sideline probably. I felt like he was on top, so I was trying to kind of drive it there and get it there before he could get there. He did a nice job of making a play. That's one of those plays, where I'm sitting there going, man, wish I'd have, seen it a little bit different and put it to a different spot. Deshaun did a great job of getting open. I just got to, find the right throw there and get it to him.
I think it was a 3rd and 4. You were going toward Cooper.
Yeah.
And you guys came away with field goal.
Yeah, definitely. He ran a great route. I kind of tried to hold the safety in the middle of the field, and by the time I peeked back, I felt like he was kind of stumbling out of his route just a little bit, so I threw it to a spot again where I'm sitting there going, man, I wish I'd have just, I think right as I let it go, he probably gains his momentum again, and, he's hauling wide open down the field, so I got to give him opportunities. I think of that one. I think of the early third down to Higbee down the sideline early in the game. Just give him a chance. Don't leave that one where nobody can catch it. There's a few in there that I sit there and think about those where, those are just, physical errors. You don't want to live with them, but you kind of have to, and you got to learn from them and try to figure out, why they happen and just go be better from there.
You scored?
I thought I did, but, those are so bang. I have no idea. I was just trying to get us in the end zone there, fighting for our guys. It's not easy for those guys up front, for our guys on the outside, to be running and blocking, playing basically 2-minute football for a full quarter. I got to give those guys a lot of credit. I told them in the locker room after the game, I appreciate the way they played, the way they fought. We didn't score enough points today. We didn't win the game. We didn't play well enough. There's no question, but I'll ride with those guys any day, man. They were blocking their ass off for me. No sacks against that outfit is pretty incredible, especially with the position that we put them in. The guys up front having to sit back there and pass block, when everybody in the building knew we were going to throw it. I thought it was really impressive by those guys. And the same from our guys on the outside, being able to get open and make some plays there late in the game. We just got to do it, earlier in the game and a little bit more consistently. But it starts with me. I can give those guys better chances, better opportunities. And if I do that, I got no qualms about what we're going to be as a team, what we can be as an offense.
When you make that throw to Cooper the long way through 3 defenders, basically dropped right in there. When you make a throw like that, does it enable?
No, this is a prove-it game. You see it today, right? This is a prove-it game. You got to go out there and do it every time. Just because our team won last week doesn't mean we're going to win this week. Just because we lost this week doesn't mean you're going to lose the next week. And just because I made that throw doesn't mean I'm going to make the 3rd and goal throw where he's open for a 1-yard flat route. I put it over his head. You just got to go out there and prove it and do it every single time. And I wasn't good enough at doing that today. I think as a team we probably weren't good enough if you look at the whole grand scheme of things, it's just going out there every single play and executing it. But the person with the biggest hand in that is probably me. I can go out there and play better. When the quarterback in this league plays well, their team has an opportunity to win the games. And, I'll make sure on Thursday that I'm in the right place, ready to go, and looking forward to it.
Arizona's defense was able to put a lot of pressure, like you said. How much urgency did you feel at the end of the 3rd quarter going into that 4th?
I just was out there just trying to take what they gave me. I thought our guys did a great job fighting up front. It's a really good defensive front with some good blitz packages. I think our guys did a great job of picking up stuff really all day. We just missed some opportunities, on the perimeter. So I thought the guys up front played well.
With another division game coming up in just a couple days. How do you guys put this behind you quickly and make the adjustments you need to?
Well, I think it's easy to do when you have to turn the page so quickly. The next thing I'm going to be looking at is I'll finish looking at this one and then be looking at Seattle as quickly as possible. I haven't played them as much as a lot of the guys in this locker room have played them, so I'll have some homework to do and make sure that I'm up to speed, ready to go come Thursday.
Like, you put this one to bed tonight?
Oh, yeah.
You put Robert Woods on that long kind of crucial third down early on in the game.
Yep.
But we didn't see a ton of that connection working throughout the bulk of the game until the very end. Was it just the looks you guys were getting, or was...
Yeah, I think so. I'm just trying to throw the ball to where I think it should go, where the coverage dictates. On that play, they were doubling Cooper and playing one hole the rest of the way, so he did a great job of slipping his defender early and running, running across the field. I was able to get it to him. But I'm just trying to spread the ball around to where I feel like the ball should go. I think those guys do a great job of running and expecting the ball on every play. Never know where it's going to go. Just happy that those guys were running and doing what they could do. I just wish I could have played better and given them more opportunities.
All right, so that's Matt Stafford after the 37-20 loss today at SoFi Stadium. And Kirk, there was a lot of stuff in there that it was interesting to listen to. But when he was asked the question, was it something the defense was doing, or was it just you not being quite, yourself today? He said, no, it wasn't anything they were doing. I just didn't make the throws today. And I would think, and you tell me what you think about this, I would think that's an easier thing to live with and swallow and adjust to. It's just like I didn't do what I know I can do. I was just a little off today, as opposed to I didn't know what I was looking at out there.
Correct. Yeah, I think it's something that it's all correctable, right? So when you go to the film room tomorrow, it's like, man, I got to be better at that. I'm going to be better at that. And I think he's a professional. Think about it. He gave us 3 great games before that, and then this was the clunker. This was the one you're like, oh, okay, Matthew Stafford. Like, this is one you got to be better. But again, he just got to be better on some throws. The decision-making was correct. It's just that he missed on some throws that I thought were pretty routine for a guy of his...
Especially the way he'd been playing through the first 3 weeks. I mean, I don't think he'd missed but 1 or 2 throws the entire season, and he missed, 3 or 4 in the first couple of drives.
It was the quarterback of his caliber doesn't miss those types of throws. So that was concerning today, but, he owned it. He's been around it before. Says, hey, I got to be better. Those throws could have had touchdowns, extended drives, and you start to look at it be a different outcome had he been able to perform. Because you look at the other side of it, Kyler Murray made the throws today. He made the throws. He extended plays. He did a lot for his team to win that football game.
All right, lots more post-game coverage to get to as well. We're going to hear from Sean McVay. We're going to hear from Van Jefferson. We're going to hear from Jalen Ramsey. All that coming up around the corner. We still have a lot more to get to on the Coors Light Postgame Show on the ESPN LA Rams radio.
710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN. Don't miss the Coors Light Postgame Show live.
Join us Sunday night at HBC for a Rams postgame party.
Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
We'll see you Sunday night at the Rays Lounge inside Hollywood Park Casino.
Yeah. Hey, it's Travis and Sliwa. Monday morning, we're all over the Rams game right here on 710 ESPN.
Yeah, we will be, but that's not important. What is important, the best segment in LA radio, it's Ask Slee. You got one for us, Rampage?
What do you got there?
Whose house? Whose house? Rams' house.
Travis and Sliwa, weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the home of Rams football and LA Sports Talk all day long. 710 ESPN.
Join Team Rams United Way and thousands of Angelinos on Saturday, November 6th at SoFi Stadium for Walk United LA, a 5K family walk and run to end poverty in LA County. Go to therams.com/walkunited to register today.
LA's mega sports station has even more live and local. local. Hit it!
LA Sports Talk.
Start your day with LA's #1 sports morning show, Keyshawn in the Morning. Now with Max Kellerman.
Hit it! Yes, I opened the door for Max to join this show on 710 ESPN.
Keyshawn, J-Will, and Max goes until 10 a.m.
You're satisfied. Travis and Sliwa are talking Lakers, Dodgers, and Rams from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Travis and Sliwa gets an extra hour. Now with more live and local LA sports talk every single day.
Then it's Mason and Ireland 1 to 4 p.m. And Sedano and Cap have your afternoon drive until 7.
It's George Sedano. It's Scott Kaplan. Hit it!
The new fall lineup with even more LA sports talk.
Even more LA sports talk.
710 ESPN.
Final score from SoFi Stadium. The Cardinals beat the Rams. The Rams dropped their first game of the season. And how about this, Kirk?
Yes, sir.
The Arizona Cardinals will start Week 5 at 4-0. We
Correct.
will find out whether or not the Las Vegas Raiders join them at 4-0.
Hold on, I need to go join that blackjack table over there.
That blackjack table at Hollywood Park Casino is hot.
It is hot over there,
they're
man.
hitting some numbers over there, so that's good news. But how about that? Arizona and the Las Vegas Raiders, maybe we could be down to one undefeated team after just 4 weeks in the season. That seems very early for everyone to have taken at least, or almost everyone. Arizona hasn't lost yet. Maybe the Raiders this early in the season.
I love it. That's parity, man. I love that. That means that everybody in the NFL is not perfect. Everybody can be beaten, and I love that. And then pretty much you think of all the winless teams, right? There were 5 winless teams going in today. 3 of them won.
Tennessee, the Jets,
it was
the Giants.
Indy.
Oh, that's right. Indy, the Giants, and the Jets.
Yeah, so those 3 won. I mean, we could have had Jacksonville win on Thursday. You know what I mean?
And then you had Houston who lost 40-0. Yeah. No, Houston won a game. They won a game early. They won the opener. That's right.
They beat Jacksonville.
God bless Jacksonville and Houston giving each other a win every season.
So right now,
very nice of them.
The 2 winless teams are Jacksonville and our buddy Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions.
Oh, that's right. Poor Jared Goff.
Poor Jared Goff. And I told you earlier, he's like, well, why did he get the poor hand? I said, that's why he got the bad hand, man. Hey, it's one thing to be 3-1 as a Ram, and we had a bad game, and it's still 85 degrees. And then now you think about what's going on in Detroit is you're 0-4, and you're in Detroit.
I think that's incredibly important. And look, I'm already looking at my Twitter feed, and people are already excited to show up on Travis and Sliwa on tomorrow morning and tell me I told you so, I told you so.
Right.
I get it. Matthew Stafford had a bad game. He did. By his own admission, he did not play well. But I think the biggest difference of all, Kirk, is that going into Thursday night, I think Matt Stafford's going to play well. It's it's not, is he going to have another one of those? I fully anticipate him bouncing back. And this is like you talked about in the NFL. This is a week-to-week league. What happened against Tampa doesn't matter. What happened against Arizona, as of right now, doesn't really matter. It's what's about to happen against Seattle.
Yeah, it's a week-to-week league. What have you done for me lately league? And when you go up to Seattle, the game plan is going to be different. The players are going to be different. What you got away from today, you probably will go back to. You're going to have to win a battle at the line of scrimmage against Seattle. That's just always been a physical game for us, right? So I think that's what you'll see that a little bit different because the run game was actually working for the Rams today. They were moving the football effectively. Then they got away from it. So that's always going to be something that I think that's going to be very difficult for the Rams to have to understand the give and take of when something's working. For this game, let's let it be. You don't have to switch it up the game plan. Just let it be.
You know, Kirk, it's funny. We talk about players having bad games, and they do, right? The players are going to have one game that everything goes right. You can have another game where everything goes wrong. We kind of accept it that that's just the nature of being an athlete. Coaches kind of have it too, right? Because it seemed today that, and again, it's because the Rams have had so much success and because there aren't a ton of opportunities to say, hey, what's going on over there? Today felt like a very rare opportunity to say, hey, why did they accept that penalty? Hey, why did they go away from the run? It felt like one of those days for Sean McVay where he was not at his best.
Yeah, he wasn't at his best. I think he knows that. I think that's why he's probably, gritting his teeth right now because he wants to get to the next game. He wants to move and flush this game down and say, you know what, I don't want to do this today. I'm ready to move on. You can hear it in his voice with the his conversation so far is that today they just got out-coached today. They didn't have a plan today. They thought what worked last week would probably work again this week, and it just didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Welcome to the NFL. Welcome to the NFL,
man.
Where what happened last week does not necessarily mean a whole lot coming in to the next week. And you mentioned it. You look around the NFC West, all of a sudden, that went from where it felt like the Rams had a chance to really grab that to now they're in the middle. Because, look, Arizona's going to lose some games. No, they're not going to go through this at 15-2, 16-1. That's not how it's going to be. Somebody's going to win this division with, probably 12 or 13 wins. That feels what it's like. It just Arizona hasn't had theirs yet. It's coming. It's just a matter of let's make sure that you don't have a bunch of those, and they got an opportunity in 4 days to try to get right back on the right side of things and make everything feel good again.
Trust me, you win on Thursday, you forget about what happened on Sunday really quickly, and you got a nice little time to let the wounds heal and get ready for a little 3-game stretch of teams that aren't in your division. They aren't in your they're in your two in your conference, but they aren't in your division. So you can really go up against the talent that you have and see how your game plan progresses. This team is by far not where they want to be at. Not at all. Like, the Rams are not where they want to be at yet. This is a work in progress. I wouldn't expect them to be where they're at right now in Week 4 and then in what I'll see from them in Week 17 and 18. I expect them to continue to get better and better, and we'll see a much, much different ball club in a couple weeks.
All right, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Rams, Sean McVay. That is coming up next on the Coors Light Postgame Show on 710 ESPN.
$710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN. Don't miss the Coors Light Postgame Show live.
Join us Sunday night at HBC for a Rams postgame party.
Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
We'll see you Sunday night at the Rays Lounge inside Hollywood Park Casino.
Yeah. Hey, it's Travis and Sliwa. Monday morning, we're all over the Rams game right here on 710 ESPN.
Yeah, we will be, but that's not important. What is important, the best segment in LA radio, it's Ask Slee. You got one for us, Rampage?
What do you got there?
Whose house? Rams' house.
Travis and Sliwa, weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the home of Rams football and LA Sports Talk all day long. 710 ESPN.
Join Team Rams United Way and thousands of Angelinos on Saturday, November 6th at SoFi Stadium for Walk United LA, a 5K family walk and run to end poverty in LA County. Go to therams.com/walkunited to register today.
LA's mega sports station has even more live and local. Hit it!
LA Sports Talk.
Start your day with LA's #1 sports morning show, Keyshawn in the Morning. Now with Max Kellerman.
Hit it! Yes, I opened the door for Max to join this show on 710 ESPN.
Keyshawn, J-Will, and Max goes until 10 a.m. Rams Radio
Travis and
Network.
Sliwa. The Arizona Cardinals hand the Rams their first loss of the season and take control of the NFC West.
Back to pass again. Bounces in the pocket, lets it go to the goal line. Robert Woods makes the catch at the front right pylon and throws the football away in disgust. Greeted by Van Jefferson and Johnny Munt, you can understand that that'll go down as one of Robert Woods' least favorite touchdowns of his career. It'll pad his stats, but it won't change the taste as he and the Rams drive away from SoFi Stadium on this Sunday afternoon. 37-19.
This is the Coors Light Postgame Show, live at Hollywood Park Casino.
Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams.
The Rams play here.
All on the field! 1, 2, 3, get it all here!
We get you closer to all that went down right now on the Coors Light Postgame Show.
Coors Light.
Keeping Southern California chill all season long.
The Coors Light Postgame Show.
Here's Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison.
So, Kirk, the vibe here at Hollywood Park Casino is still great. Like you mentioned, you got the blackjack table over there. It's going off. People are having a good time. They're watching football. They're hanging out. We're going to be here after each and every Rams home game all season long. So if you want to come out and hang out with us, this is a great way to do it. The vibe inside SoFi today, as wonderful as it was last week against Tampa, it was a little toned down, and part of it is they fell behind, and that's just one of those things, right, that when you're behind. But it did feel like that unbelievable atmosphere that was there a week ago was maybe just not quite there today.
Yeah, it just, I mean, obviously, when you win, people are happy. They want to keep the party going. You lose, it's like, hey, all right, see you next week. You know, I think that's for everything, every sport that you're playing or you're cheering for. When your team wins, you're excited. You want to kind of relish into that victory and have fun, and you want to, stay and enjoy yourself a little bit. When you lose, it does kill the moment. Right? It kills the mood for a little bit.
Let's get in front of those cars and get moving.
Let's get out of here.
It's L.A. What are you going to do? That's the way that it goes. All right, so Sean McVay has to get ready for another one that's coming up here in just 4 days. Thursday night, he spoke with the media after the 37-20 loss.
It didn't work out for us in that instance right there. So I felt like that was the right decision at the time. It didn't work out for us. I make no excuses about that. I did think about challenging that, but our guys up top said they felt like he was short. So that's why I didn't. And then we didn't end up punching that in. So there was a lot of decisions, a lot of things that I didn't do a nearly good enough job for our football team. I love the way our guys continue to battle, continue to compete. We've got the right guys in that locker room. We didn't all of a sudden become a different football team. We didn't play up to our standards, but you give Cardinals credit, and we look forward to responding on a short week, and our work will start right after this. Yeah, they did a great job. You give the Cardinals credit, but also, it's about being able to show up, play the best football that you can in that 3.5 hour window of time that you're allotted and you're guaranteed. And, there's a lot of decisions and things that I wish I would have done a better job for our football team with. We'll look at ourselves critically. We'll move forward. And again, this is part of being able to do this the right way, is being able to handle the ebbs and flows. Things aren't going to go perfectly. This is such a competitive league. Our guys are wired the right way, and these are those opportunities to be able to show your mental toughness, the resilience that I know that exists in that locker room, and we're going to get ourselves up, ready to roll, and be ready to compete on Thursday. I didn't, but again, I'll always look at myself first, and that's where the responsibility lies. And again, the beauty of it is that you don't have much time to feel sorry for yourself. You get ready to move forward, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, and that's what our team's going to do. I thought he was gutsy. You know, there was a couple things that he didn't play up to his level early on, but, you know, you talk about being able to will us down the field when we ended up coming short on that, 4th down and 1 where we just missed Higgs. But some of the individual plays that he made, the look in his eye, I'll ride with that guy any day. And I feel that way about our football team. And I think these are the moments where you can really see a lot about how people are wired the right way. And this guy's everything that you could ask for in a quarterback, and I can't wait to go back to compete with him on Thursday. Van did a good job. Van made the most of his opportunities, did a good job creating after the catch. I was very pleased with Van today.
You get a sense defensively that your guys got a little bit frustrated. You seem to have them in some 3rd and longs, and Murray just made play after play, it seemed like.
Yeah, he did criticism and just the great playmaker that he is. And there was a couple instances where we feel like we could have been better, but you got to give him credit. You know, he's a playmaker. He's been doing this for the last couple years, but it's especially been illustrated these first 3 weeks of the season, and then it was on display today. And hats off to him. He did a nice job.
Did you feel like you had a good defensive plan coming into this game, and also what did you see from David Long?
Yeah, I feel like, of course, I felt like we had a good defensive plan. Those are going to be things that we go back and we look at it, Jordan, and we'll evaluate ourselves critically, starting with coaches and then seeing, okay, what can we do to put our players in the better positions? David's doing a good job competing, snap in and snap out. I've been pleased with him, and there's going to be a lot of things that everybody to a man can look at, be better, and that's where, we'll get a chance to let that show itself on Thursday.
In that 3rd quarter, in that drive that ended with James Conner scoring that 2nd touchdown, the Arizona offense dominated. What was the breaking down that defense during that series of downs?
I'm not really sure. They did a good job, throughout the course of the day. There's a lot of things that we'll be able to go look back at and clean up.
That was success with Stafford to Cooper Kupp, and it just wasn't clicking today.
Yeah, we were just a little off. They made some plays. I think, that's the one thing is that, we expect to be better. I have to be better. Everybody can be a little bit better, but you do give credit to the Cardinals. They did a nice job. They had a good plan. And, like I said, it all starts with me.
Especially in that first half, red zone efficiency, really important. They were getting 7. You guys were getting a couple field goals. How do you improve in that area, which got gets out of red zone?
Yeah, I think you look at the film, making sure that we're making good decisions, and then the execution's got to be there.
You get 2 more down, Coach. How's that burst today? What did you see as a turn?
I didn't hear the beginning part. Yeah, he did a nice job. I thought Darryl was sharp from the jump. I thought our line did a good job creating some removal. We were running the football efficiently. Just kind of got out of some of those situations where we weren't able to stick with it when the score got out of hand. But I've got to do a better job being patient and making sure that, again, I'm putting our guys in better spots. But I thought Darryl did a nice job today.
Tyler this week that Murray would be a problem. From what you saw, was he a bigger problem? Was it his athleticism, or did they do things different?
No, they did. They did a nice job. But he made some plays. It's hard to simulate and mimic and emulate. The speed that he plays with, the athleticism, the feel, the instincts, and that was on display today. And that's why he's done such a great job through the first month of the season of playing at such a high level. And you got to give him credit.
Given how well he played against your defense today, how concerned are you now going to Seattle, playing a team that's coming off a big victory at San Francisco with Russell?
Yeah, you got a lot of respect for Russell and for the Seahawks organization. They've always done a great job under Coach Carroll's leadership. We know that, but we're going to do a good job of getting a plan together, put our players into positions, and let's go roll it out there and go compete. Okay? Thanks, guys.
All right, so that's Sean McVay after the 37-20 loss. A lot of interesting things there. Kirk, I want to come back and talk about some of the things he said. Plus, we're going to take a look around the rest of the NFL. We'll find our top 3 performers. That's all coming up on the Coors Light Postgame Show on 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN. Don't miss the Coors Light Postgame Show live.
Join us Sunday night at HBC for a Rams postgame party.
Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
We'll see you Sunday night at the Rays Lounge inside Hollywood Park Casino.
Yeah. Hey, it's Travis and Sliwa. Monday morning, we're all over the Rams game right here on 710 ESPN.
Yeah, we will be, but that's not important. What is important, the best segment in LA radio, it's Ask Slee. You got one for us, Rampage?
What do you got there?
Whose house? Whose house? Rams' house.
Travis and Sliwa, weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the home of Rams football and LA Sports Talk all day long. 710 ESPN.
Join Team Rams United Way and thousands of Angelinos on Saturday, November 6th at SoFi Stadium for Walk United LA, a 5K family walk and run to end poverty in LA County. Go to therams.com/walkunited to register today.
LA's mega sports station has even more live and local. Hit it!
LA Sports Talk.
Start your day with LA's #1 sports morning show, Keyshawn in the Morning. Now with Max Kellerman.
Hit it! Yes, I opened the door for Max to join this show on 710 ESPN.
Keyshawn, J-Will, and Max goes until 10 a.m.
You're satisfied. Travis and Sliwa are talking Lakers, Dodgers, and Rams from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Travis and Sliwa gets an extra hour. Now with more live and local LA sports talk every single day.
Then it's Mason and Ireland 1 to 4 p.m. And Sedano and Cap have your afternoon drive until 7.
It's George Sedano. It's Scott Kaplan. Hit it!
The new fall lineup with even more LA sports talk.
Even more LA sports talk.
710 ESPN.
California Chill all season long
on the ESPN LA Rams radio network.
This is the Coors Light Postgame Show, live at Hollywood Park Casino. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Once again, here's Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison.
All right, the final from SoFi, 37-20, Arizona all over the Rams today. And while it's a 17-point win for the Cardinals, Kirk, it really did not feel that close, did it? This is kind of the exact opposite of what we saw a week ago against Tampa, where the Rams won by 10 points, but it felt like a lot more than that. Kind of the same thing, but in the wrong direction today.
Yeah, it felt like this. They had a distance that just kept going and going, right? It just felt like the Rams just never really caught up to them when those turnovers took place. Before you would and I think the explosiveness of the Rams and their offense over the first 3 weeks, you always felt like, oh, they'll be fine, they'll be good. And you're starting to realize, like, whoa, like this game is really starting to take momentum on, I thought, the Arizona Cardinals side. And that's why I thought it was just difficult for them to really get back into it.
All right, the top 3 performances of the day are brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Let's just start with Kyler Murray, who was absolutely fantastic today. You're really probably not going to see a better performance than what he did today. 24 out of 32, 268, and a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, it was vintage Kyler Murray. This guy won a Heisman Trophy for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we forget how good he is. And I give a ton of credit to Steve Keim, their general manager, and Cliff Kingsbury, their head coach. They went out and they made a team that is built around what Kyler Murray does best. They went out and got an extra, complimentary receiver in A.J. Green. Christian Kirk has really been great. I thought that they should have been using the tight end, Max Williams, who had a big game today.
He did.
I felt like they should have been – they traded – I mean, Baltimore gave him away. You know what I mean? So they're really utilizing their weapons, and that combination of James Conner and Chase Edmonds – that was some outstanding, complimentary running backs today. So everything that I saw was really geared around Kyler Murray, and I see why he's excelling. He's now in the same offense for 3 years. Yes, it's starting to work for him.
All right, speaking of Heisman Trophy winners, here's another one of our top performers, Lamar Jackson, 22 of 37, 316 yards and a touchdown along the way. Ravens give the Broncos their first loss of the season, 23-7. Let's put the Broncos aside for a second. That one kind of felt like you could see it coming, but The Ravens are 3-0. This is their first dominating performance of the year. The Ravens could have very easily come into this game 0-3. Instead, they're sitting at 3-1 through 4 weeks.
Yeah, and very could have been 4-0, man. I mean, think about how good Baltimore is. When you think about they lost in overtime to the Raiders in a game that they really honestly should have won. But, things happen, and that's why it's the NFL. It's about how do you respond the next week. I mean, after week 1 on the road right? They had to go out and go win a football game. Then the following week they took on
Kansas
City.
And
they
with
won.
not for a fumble, they probably lose that game. And then last week they needed a 66-yard field goal
to win, yeah.
and they needed to get an extra 2 seconds on the play clock because that was one of those like, wait a second, that hit 000 like 5 minutes ago. Why hasn't a flag come out?
Man, it's the NFL. That's why it's so special, man. It's just the ups and downs. It's the highs and lows. How do you handle it? And look, they've handled it well. And are we surprised at all that they've been able to handle what they've done? They've weathered the early storm of the season, and now they sit up about 3-1 in a division right now that they're tied at the top with Cleveland. We thought Cleveland may run away with it, but they're tied at the top.
It's not unlike the Rams that there is just certain organizations that even if they have a bad week or a bad game or even a couple of bad games, you feel like they're going to get it back on track. Baltimore is certainly one of those teams. Maybe the demise of Aaron Rodgers after week 1 was a little premature. They looked terrible against the Saints in the opener. Since then, they've won every game 27-17 today against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers with another couple of touchdowns and 248 yards.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you expect. Aaron Rodgers, MVP for a reason, man. And that's, the reason when he tells people to RELAX, it's a reason. Relax, everybody. Relax. This offense is right in tune. And look, they finally put past all the things that have been, going on to, kind of get in their way, right? This whole offseason was built around what? It was built around the success. I mean, the will Aaron be there? Will he not be there? And right now, he is there. They're in tune, and they look to be like one of the better teams in the NFC.
All right, the Cowboys moved to 3-1 as well. They're another, Tom Brady moment away from being 4-0 as well. They give the Panthers their first loss of the season. They fall from the ranks of the unbeaten as well. The Rams, the Broncos, and the Panthers all were unbeaten coming in. They all get losses today. Cowboys look pretty good through the first 4 games of the season.
They do. I think they're a division winner, and I look at that division. Washington doesn't scare me, especially with their quarterback situation. Obviously, the New York Giants, they won today, but they still seem to be missing something. And then you think of the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, they're good. The most complete team in that division, I think, is the Cowboys. Their defense is playing well. Dak Prescott, man, I mean, for all the criticism that he got in the past, the dude's a pretty good quarterback.
Yes,
man.
he is.
He's a great leader. They have the weapons around him to really get him. He's got the tight ends involved, too. And they got the two-headed monster again at running back with Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. I think they can win the division. Now, can they make some noise in the playoffs?
Ezekiel Elliott, 20 carries, 143 yards, and a touchdown today for Dallas. They move to 3-1. We'll put a button on this one. We'll get you ready for the Seattle Seahawks coming up on Thursday. That's all straight ahead on the Coors Light Postgame Show on 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN. Don't miss the Coors Light Postgame Show live.
Join us Sunday night at HBC for a Rams postgame party.
Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
We'll see you Sunday night at the Rays Lounge inside Hollywood Park Casino.
Yeah. Hey, it's Travis and Sliwa. Monday morning, we're all over the Rams game right here on 710 ESPN.
Yeah, we will be, but that's not important. What is important, the best segment in LA radio, it's Ask Slee. You got one for us, Rampage?
What do you got there?
Whose house? Whose house? Rams' house.
Travis and Sliwa, weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the home of Rams football and LA sports talk all day long. 710 ESPN.
Join Team Rams United Way and thousands of Angelinos on Saturday, November 6th at SoFi Stadium for Walk United LA, a 5K family walk and run to end poverty in LA County. Go to therams.com/walkunited to register today.
LA's mega sports station has even more live and local. Hit it!
LA Sports Talk.
Start your day with LA's #1 sports morning show, Keyshawn in the Morning. Now with Max Kellerman.
Hit it! Yes, I opened the door for Max to join this show on 710 ESPN.
Keyshawn, J-Will, and Max goes until 10 a.m.
You're satisfied. Travis and Sliwa are talking Lakers, Dodgers, and Rams from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Travis and Sliwa gets an extra
extra hour. Now with more live and local LA sports talk every single day.
Then it's Mason and Ireland 1 to 4 p.m. And Sedano and Cap have your afternoon drive until 7.
It's George Sedano. It's Scott Kaplan.
Postgame show live at Hollywood Park Casino.
Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Coors Light Postgame Show on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Coors Light, keeping Southern California chill all season long.
Once again, here's Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison.
Rams dropped their first one of the year, Kirk, 37-20, and they don't have much time to turn this thing around. They got another one coming up Thursday night football in Seattle, another division game, another quarterback who can move his feet. Here we go again in just 4 days.
Yeah, just look, 4 days away from being able to kind of forget this loss that happened on Sunday. I mean, that's what the NFL really is about, especially for those Thursday night matchups. Look, Seattle comes in feeling confident. You know, they lost a couple weeks ago in overtime, to Tennessee, having been up in that game. They haven't played their best football, and yet here they are sitting here with an opportunity to, having dropped 2 games already.
Mm-hmm.
They're at 2-2 right now with an opportunity to go 3-2 and say, hey, we're just riding the ship a little bit. So I think this is a huge game for both teams early on.
Well, 3-2 would feel very different for
yeah.
these two teams. If the Seahawks win at 3-2, they're feeling pretty good about where they're headed. 3-2, the Rams back-to-back division losses, potentially not feeling so good. 4-1, you can kind of flush the Cardinal game, feel very good about that along the way. All right, Jalen Ramsey, he was one of the few guys that I felt did have a pretty good game today, Kirk. He spoke with the media after the game.
Jalen, what did you see out there today from Kyler Murray?
He made plays, I guess. Scrambled. Did some good stuff. He did straight. Whatever it may be. And that's where the mistakes are.
Jalen, how difficult is it for you in coverage to go from a guy like Tom Brady who could throw the ball very quickly to a guy like Kyler Murray who could extend the play 20, 30 seconds and you got to stay with your man the whole time?
For me personally?
Yeah.
It's whatever. It's my job. So I just do it. It's different, but it's whatever.
Jalen.
All right, so that's Jalen Ramsey earlier after the Rams lost their first game of the season 37-20. And Kirk, obviously, you want to flush this one as quickly as you can, but how much do you go back and look, considering that you're playing another mobile quarterback coming up here in a few days, and try to clean up some of the things that you didn't do well against Kyler Murray?
No, Kyler Murray has a different speed than Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson kind of buys time. He extends plays to get the ball down the field. A little bit different when it comes to Kyler Murray, man. He can not only extend plays, but he'll get 15, 16 yards and run out of bounds. He'll he can rush it all the way to the end zone. He can go for a 70-yard run if needed. He has that kind of capability. So a little bit different the way I think that the Rams will treat Russell Wilson compared to Kyler Murray. Look, their antennas are up now. When they play against, obviously, this Cardinals team, they know it's a little bit different than what they've went up against. I think you kind of get, overconfident because you've played against the Cardinals all this time, and you kind of buy into it. Hey, Sean McVay is 8-0, and you guys have been. You buy into that. You buy in. I mean, you try not to hear it, but you do hear it. And I thought the Rams played like that today, like they were going to just show up and they expected the Arizona Cardinals to lay down. And you just knew it from the beginning that was not going to be the case.
Yeah, the 8-0 record coming in, and the team is different every year, right? The NFL is about turnover every single year. So they haven't beaten the same team 8 times in a row, and then this team comes in that's totally different. But you would have to really not be paying attention to watch Kyler Murray today, watch Kyler Murray through the first 4 games of the season, and not get the sense that not only is he in the MVP conversation, but he is a different quarterback than he was a season ago. Just much more in control of that Arizona offense.
Oh, he's way more in control of the offense. You can see it. I mean, sometimes he made things look really easy today, right? He made things look easy at times, and I thought it was difficult for the Rams to really keep him in the pocket. We didn't call Aaron Donald's name at all much today.
Only 4 tackles for him.
Yeah, that to me is one that we want to see them get better at. Leonard Floyd tried to make his impact, but it was
Kenny Young felt like he had got off to a good start early in the game, and then he kind of disappeared as well.
Well, a lot of it was just because he just couldn't get to him.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenny Young is one of the better linebackers I think that the Rams have had in a while because he has a combination of speed and ability. They put him on backs out in the backfield, but Kyler Murray, man, in the open field, I don't care who you are. He made some guys miss, and hey, I just don't want to be in that situation. I'd rather it be them than me because I don't know what do you do. It's hard with that kind of speed and ability that Kyler Murray possesses.
That's why you get to play those division games twice. That's why you don't just get him one time. The Rams will get another shot at Kyler Murray coming up on Monday Night Football a little bit later on in the season. The Rams dropped their first game of the season. They are 3-1, looking up at the Arizona Cardinals, who by the end of tomorrow night, depending on what the Las Vegas Raiders do, might be the last remaining unbeaten team in the NFL. Of course, the Rams getting ready on a short week. The Seattle Seahawks are coming up next, up in Seattle, and the Seahawks coming off a win in San Francisco today. For Kirk Morrison, I'm Travis Rogers, and this has been the Coors Light Postgame Show on 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN is giving you a chance to win $1 million.
$1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Listen every Monday during football season to Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, and Sedano and Cap. All you have to do is make a super prediction.
And you can win $1 million.
And you can score tickets to a game at SoFi for just playing on $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
710 ESPN. Don't miss the Coors Light Postgame Show live.
Join us Sunday night at HBC